Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. That's me, folks. Yeah, thanks y'all supporting this channel, and it helps, if you like and subscribe. And good comments yesterday. Nice comment from a guy whose father had served some time with Frankie Fraser and the guy who was the acid man. Yeah, and pretty well corroborated what I'd said. That Fraser was useless face to face. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. And your other comments, anybody else who's got little stories to tell, do fire them in. And I will certainly do my best. And if you do have anything that corroborates or contradicts even what I've got to say, then please do say it. I noticed that the guy who calls himself the Black Belt Barrister has made some comments about the judge in the trial at Liverpool Crown Court, explaining that it was his duty to make reference to their previous good character. Well, I can only say that when it was my turn and I got charged with grievous, actual bodily harm, actually, the judge never mentioned my good character, and I had been a serving NCO in the British Army and was currently working at the time as a prison officer. Never mentioned my good character. No mention at all. Just threw it to the jury, threw me to the wolves. I was not guilty, by the way, just in case you're wondering. Anyway, I'm going to talk today about another shithouse, a first-rate, low-life shithouse who goes by the name, I hate to name these people because they're seeking notoriety, aren't they, half the time, but his name's Ian Huntley. He's currently serving 2 life sentences with a minimum term of 40 years. And he's incarcerated in HMP Frankland, which is up near Durham, I believe. I'll tell you a little bit about why I'm speaking about that shit house today. So every time you hear the name Ian Huntley, think shit house. Think Train Spotting. Yeah? The filthiest shit house in the world. Have you ever seen the film Train Spotting? Yeah. Well, it features Ian Huntley. Anyway, I'm going to talk about Huntley. His crimes were known as the Soham murders because 2 little girls were killed, aged 10 years, and one was Holly Marie Wells, the other was Jessica Amy Chapman. So in memory of them. Poor children murdered at the hands of Ian Huntley, who tried to hide his crimes by scrubbing his house down and cleaning his car out, but he transported the bodies from where he was working as a caretaker. He had a house there near a school in Soham, and he'd apparently asphyxiated the 2 girls, who were both aged 10 years of age. He'd asphyxiated them, took the bodies to his car, drove them out to a wooded area, and tried to burn them. So he tried to hide their bodies by setting fire to them, and then dumped them in an open piece of land with a ditch. He dumped them, and their bodies were found by a gamekeeper who noticed a very strange, unpleasant odour coming from that part where he was doing his duty patrolling the woods, and reported it to the police, and the police of course found the 2 girls, who were later identified through DNA. Now, there's quite an extensive detail of this case, and I'm going to put a link down below so you can click on that link, yeah, and follow it through if you're really interested to see the gruesome details of this case and the lengths to which Shithouse Huntley went to cover up his crimes. It's down below. And he didn't have an accomplice, but he had a girlfriend who attempted to pervert the course of justice by swearing on oath that she had been with him all the time that the alleged murders took place, and he couldn't have done it, etc., etc. And she was also found guilty. The trial was held at the Old Bailey in London, number 1 Criminal Court at the Old Bailey. I've been there. It's quite an impressive carry on there. When the judge says take them down, at the end of the cases, when they're found guilty or whatever, officer, take them down. There's a set of stairs behind the actual box, where they're standing, where the accused are standing, and at the back of the box, you take them down a set of very steep stairs, and as soon as you get out there's the cells, and that's where they're locked into the cells there. So on the 17th of December 2003, Shithouse Huntley was found guilty on both counts of murdering Holly Marie Wells and Jessica Amy Chapman. Now, there's a little detail about this, that Holly and Jessica had been at a party, and when they finished the party, little get-together they were having, they both put on replica Manchester United shirts. And whilst they were wearing these shirts, they set out to go to the shops to buy some sweeties from a dispensing machine. I don't know what sort of dispensing machine. But anyway, it was during that journey that Shithouse Huntley called them into his house, managed to get them into his house, where he suffocated, asphyxiated them, and subsequently disposed of the bodies. What a horrible shithouse he is. But it doesn't stop there. It gets a little bit worse, because it's recently been reported that Shithouse Huntley, who is currently being held, as I previously said, at HMP Frankland, is now, because he's in a lifers wing there, he's allowed to wear his own clothes. So what do you think Ian Huntley has decided? Ian Shithouse Huntley has decided to wear? Yeah, he's wearing a replica Manchester United shirt with number 10 on it. And he seems to think that's amusing. He's been found by psychiatrists because he was held in Rampton for a period of time before the court case, and found to be of a psychopathic nature, but other than that, he was considered capable of pleading at court, and so he did, and he was found guilty. But imagine how perverted this idiot Shithouse Huntley must be to wear that shirt that reminds everybody what he did. I think it might get damaged, don't you? I sincerely hope that the bastard that's wearing it gets damaged as well. But then again, he's in custody, so having worked as a prison officer, it would be my duty to protect him, as well as to make sure he was locked up. Right, it's that time of day, folks, and if you've got any requests, do please leave them there. Somebody asked me to do a poem by Dylan Thomas, and I did look for it. They wanted me to do Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night, which I couldn't find it. I couldn't locate it in my library, but I have found another Dylan Thomas poem which I particularly like, and I'm sure you will too. I hope you do if you like my poetry reading. It's Lament by Dylan Thomas. I've actually got this on a recording by Dylan Thomas, read by Dylan Thomas, so I'll do my best. I mean, he had a very bombastic way of reading his poems at times. As with Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night, he doesn't read it Do Not Go Gentle, he reads it Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age must rage against the dying of the light. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Do not go gentle into that good night. That's just from memory, by the way. But this isn't. I'm actually reading this. This is Lament by Dylan Thomas. When I was a windy boy and a bit, and the black spit of the chapel fold, sighed the old ramrod, dying of women. I tiptoed shy in the gooseberry wood. The rude owl cried like a tell-tale tit. I skipped in a blush as the big girls rolled, 9-pin down on Donkey Common. And on seesaw Sunday nights I wooed whoever I would with my wicked eyes. The whole of the moon I could love and leave, and all the green-leaved little wedding wives in the coal black bush, and let them grieve. When I was a gusty man and a half, and the black beast of the Beatles' pews, sighed the old ramrod, dying of bitches. Not a boy and a bit in the wick-dipping moon, and drunk as a new-dropped calf. I whistled all night in the twisted flues. Midwives grew in the midnight ditches, and the sizzling sheets of the town cried, "Quick!" Whenever I dove in a high-breast shoal, wherever I ramped in the clover quills, whatever I did in the cold black night, I left my quivering prints. When I was a man you could call a man, and the black cross of the holy house, sighed the old ramrod, dying of welcome. Brandy and ripe in my bright base prime, no spring-tailed Tom in the red-hot town, with every simmering woman his mouse, but a hillocky bull in the swelter of summer, come in his great good time to the sultry biding herds. I said, "Oh, time enough when the blood runs cold, and I lie down but to sleep in bed from my sulking, skulking, coal-black soul. When I was half the man I was, and served me right as the preachers warn," sighed the old ramrod, dying of downfall. No flailing calf or cat in a flame, or hickory bull in milky grass, but a black sheep with a crumpled horn. At last the soul from its foul mouse hole slunk pouting out when the limp time came, and I gave my soul a blind slashed eye, gristle and rind, and a roarer's life, and I shoved it into the cold black sky to find a woman's soul for a wife. Now I am a man no more, and a black reward for a roaring life, sighed the old ramrod, dying of strangers. Tidy and cursed in my dove-cooed room, I lie down thin and hear the good bells jaw. For oh, my soul found a Sunday wife in the coal black sky, and she bore angels. Harpies around me, out of her womb. Chastity prays for me, piety sings. Innocence sweetens my last black breath. Modesty hides my thighs in her wings, and all the deadly virtues plague my death. Lament by Dylan Thomas. And it's that time of day, folks. That's the song, Dinger. You've been warned. But we'll get a second opinion from Larry the Goatman's goat. Are we going to sing? Right. Obviously the goat wants me to. Or perhaps not. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe. And now that song I promised you. This is originally by Roger Miller. Engine number 9. Engine number 9, coming down the railroad line. How much farther back did she get off? Old brown suitcase that she carried, I've looked for it everywhere. It just ain't here among the rest, and yes, I'm a little upset. Engine number 9, coming down the railroad line. I know she got on in Baltimore. 110 miles ain't much distance, but it sure do make a difference. I don't think she loves me anymore. I warned her of the danger. Don't speak to strangers. Did by chance she find new romance, warmer lips to kiss her, arms to hold her tighter, stirring new fires inside her? How I wish that it was me instead of he that stands beside her. Engine number 9, coming down the railroad line. I know she got on in Baltimore. 110 miles, well, ain't no distance, but it sure do make a difference. So I don't think she loves me anymore. Hey, there you go. A little growl at the end. And this is Tales from the Jails, folks, with John G. Sutton. Do please, as I asked, like and subscribe. Leave me some comments. And do have a look at that report that I put a link to on Ian Shithouse Huntley. Tales from the Jails.